I just want to let you guys know before the video starts, we are ranking the games based off when I last played them. So if there was any updates after I released the video, then it's not part of this ranking system. And please note that we, both John and I, are not game developers, so even games that have an F rating, you guys can develop better than we can. So don't take it harshly. It's just a game standpoint. With that being said, enjoy the video. Oh, and one last thing. Only 29% of you are actually subscribing and watching these videos. Do me a favor. Hit that button below. God, I hated doing that. Flightless Sloth here, still Gamefly, and today it's Free Game Friday.
Free?
Yes, free. Kinda. I mean, I guess this is free. And today, John and I are going to go through all 52 Free Game Fridays from the last consecutive year in a tier list.
52!
I don't know how we're already past a year. I mean, technically, I should have done this last week because now there's only going to be 51 weeks next year, but who cares? We're going to get started really quick because we don't want to take up too much time. This is not a normal video. I don't even have my background up, so enjoy my Marvel and DC metal posters in the back. All right, John, you ready?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna start in date order. So After Hours horror game. I think it's kind of like a C game. There's a lot better horror games, I think, in the future. It's not bad. It was a great start, but not exactly the greatest. It's kind of a one-play thing.
You know, I really enjoyed. It was the first of those kind on this channel. But I also have to agree that I think it's a C tier game. It was a fun game to watch. And I think everybody should check it out if they enjoy horror games. It's got a nurse lady who chases you around.
Hot. All right. Oh, and I forgot to. No, I'll have a disclaimer at the beginning. All right. Kingdom Classic. S tier, I think, in my opinion. Not because of the game. It's not the game. Because Kingdom Classic is a alright version of Two Crowns. But when you play it, you're going to want to buy the actual full game.
Yeah, I agree. It is an S tier free game. It is. I honestly didn't have a lot of expectations coming into it, and I was blown away by how fun it was. And the future games just improve on the mechanics and everything throughout. So definitely an S tier game for me.
Like hell, we have, I don't know how many hours we have in Two Crowns. Like we probably have like a good 60 or something hours in the game.
We've got quite a few. It's a fun game.
Helltaker. So it is a rare one of its kind. Because it's one of the only few puzzle games per se. It's not terrible. I don't remember really much about it. I think I'll throw it in C or B. So it was a well-made game for what it is.
I'd put it. Me personally, I'd put it in C. I think it was a well-made game, just not really my style of game.
Fair enough. All right, Muck. So, I love Muck, but I think it should go to B, to be honest. Just it's made dumb, which is the purpose of it. But it's fun until you beat hard mode. Then we haven't played since. 'Cause we played hours and hours on this. I'm sure I didn't like it during the video, but when John, Kyle, and I played Muck on our own, we beat easy, normal, and difficult mode. So
I disagree a little bit. I think it is a high A tier. I thought it was a really fun game. I thought it was very well made as well. It's made in a goofy style. It's made to be hard. It's made to make you rage, but also has a bunch of just fun add-ons, like being able to double jump like 10 times in a row and get super strength. I really liked that part of the game, and I thought it made the game very fun after you figure out truly how to play it.
You know what? You're right. I'll put on A, because it was fun when we played it. Bouncy Oakley, I'm throwing in D. Uh,
Yeah, I'd agree. It's
it's
just
not a
kind of
bad game, but I hate rage games. I really hate being angry, and that's just one of them. Like again, this whole list is about opinion, by the way. I want to put, like Jon and I, you could say we're wrong on all of these games. It won't matter. This doesn't matter. Um, but personally, some games unfortunately are gonna have very low ranking because we don't like certain genres. This one in particular, I didn't like very much. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I'd agree. It's probably about a D. It's all right.
Uh,
Just a rage game.
okay, so this one I'm gonna get major flack for. Unturned. Listen, everyone. I've played hours and hours of this game. I know people love this game. However, despite I enjoy playing with friends to an extent. I do not like Unturned. I truly do not like Unturned. I won't put it at F because it has to be awful to be F, but I think it's a D, which is shocking.
I agree. I think it's a D as well. I've played it before as well. Um, it's just it's got some interesting mechanics, but overall, I thought it was kind of bland. A lot of
Multiplayer was weird. You need to mod it usually. It's just it has a
yeah,
lot of
just
potential, but I just don't like it.
felt like there's a lot of times you're just not really doing anything, and just trying to gear up to fight zombies. So I feel like there was no real end point other than being overpowered.
Play Minecraft with guns. Um,
Although Minecraft has an endpoint, maybe Unturned has an endpoint too that I don't know about. But
some map.
shooting the
It depends on
Wither
the
and
map.
the Ender Dragon.
The map that Jared and I played on in Free Game Friday, that does, I think, have an endpoint. Um, Super Animal Royale, I think that's either a B or an A. Because we have to keep in mind of other Royales too.
Hmm. Yeah, I'd say it's an A tier. I think it's a fun, unique. It's like a top-down shooter battle royale, so it has its own place.
Doesn't feel
Um,
sweaty.
yeah, like it seems fairly balanced. The guns and mechanics are easy to use. So if you're looking for a casual battle royale, Super Animal Royale is just sitting there waiting for you to play it.
Absolutely. Uh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I don't like or I don't understand Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. I used to. I used to play the card game and all that, so I don't really care for it. However, I do understand as a card game, it's pretty well made. Um, Only because of my feelings for Yu-Gi-Oh, kind of indifferent. I kind of have it as C, but the game is well made, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm not like a huge fan of card games. Um, and I also don't know much about Yu-Gi-Oh except from when I was younger. So I'd probably have it C or D tier just because not my style of game. But
Okay. I gave you a muck at A, so I'll put C Master Duel. I remember Shadow Realm. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you first F tier, and there will be a second one following it eventually. Crush, Crush. I'm not gonna argue with this one. It's F.
it's a
It's
it's a meme
it's
video.
a cash grab and a meme
It really
video.
is. It was a cash
Like
grab. Yeah.
we're not dissing whoever likes that kind of game. Play all you want. It doesn't hurt anyone. But that is way out of our genre. So we're not the target audience, I don't think. um, just like natural. Hmm. Can I put that at A? I was originally okay. So in the explanation I had before this video starts, I probably said if I spent money on it or would have willingly spent money on it, it would be S because it's free game. So if I spent money, then dang, I really loved it. Just like natural, it's fun in bursts. We haven't played in a while. Like we have played quite a bit of it, but I think you need to be in the right mood. So I would drop it from S to A tier, in my opinion. Maybe in
um,
B, depending on how Kyle would probably
yeah,
put it in B.
I think it's an A tier as well. Super fun game. Great to play with your friends. Probably not so great to play without your friends, but you
No.
still could.
Oh, you know,
Um,
multiplayer randos is awful. Don't do it. They're sweat lords and probably cheaters.
yeah, so I think it's just fun. Bunch of different types of game modes. Although some of them are locked behind a paywall, but that's to be expected from a free game. I thought it was a solid game. Had fun when we played it. I'd play it again. We have played it again.
Yes.
So
Not as much as
yeah, A tier
Kingdom.
for me.
Not as much as Kingdom at all.
Yeah.
Um, Ready Action. I forgot all about this one. From what I can remember, it was interesting. Like, it's better with two people, and I played it as a single because it's couch only. Um, Ready Action. I don't really have much. What do you think, John? I don't really have much to say about that one.
I thought it was an interesting mechanic. Kind of weird though as well. I'd say it's probably about a C tier. Probably a fun game to play, but
You need to
once
have
you beat
someone
it, I
with
don't think
you.
there's much replay value. But yeah, I think it's about C tier, average.
All right, next one. All right, so cap your nostalgia for a couple seconds. Very Organized Thief. This might be our first B because while it's very replayable, it's random, it's randomly generated, it's replayable, and it's very simple. So I'm not gonna put it at C because it's a simple game. It is older, and there is a paid version out there, but I mean, it's your choice to buy it. I want to put this kind of at a B for it being simple and just you can just pick it up whenever you're bored.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's a simple game. It's a fun game. It has replayability up to a certain point. You know, you're gonna have fun with it.
Especially
Um,
when you haven't
it's,
played in
it's not
ages, it's
the
probably
best game
nostalgic.
ever. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I have a bunch of nostalgia from seeing it back on YouTube back in the day and playing it. Um, so yeah, I love that game. I think it's a B tier.
Um, Jaded. Okay, Jaded. Just like the previous games that have like the same genre in this list, Jaded is going to be compared to things like what is it even called anymore?
Breadstick.
Breadstick. Maybe even kind of Light and Shadow. Um, so comparing it to others in this genre and just in general, I remember enjoying it quite a bit. I'm hoping there was an update since I last played because I have not looked into it since. Um, it was missing a lot of stuff, but at the same time, it was just in development. I kind of want to put it. Hmm. I'm teetering between B and like a low B or a C.
Um, yeah, I think a
It's been
C
a
tier
while.
for me. Um, although it did have kind of some creative I actually for a free platformer, I think probably a B tier.
B. Okay.
Um,
I don't know. Oh yeah, guys. Ignore the fact which like for some reason it's not letting me move stuff around very well. So if they're in the same tier, assume they're like the same as each other. I can't. It's hard to move them around. So don't assume the order on this list. Like Helltaker is worse than Ready Action. Just ignore that. But you can go on, John. What you're saying?
yeah, I just thought it had some interesting mechanics and is a free platformer. There's a lot of those aren't great. I feel like,
No.
and I felt like that one was decent. So B.
Brawlhalla, which I think is the first really big game because I didn't realize how huge it was until I looked up on YouTube. It's like a solid B or A. I thought it's basically Super Smash Brothers. It's free and it's better than that a god awful Nickelodeon all brawl or whatever it's called. I hated that game.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's somewhere in the A B tier. I think it's a free version of Smash Bros. I don't think you can go wrong with that as long as it's made decently, which this game's made decently. Um, so I'm leaving up to you to decide between B and A, Bryce.
God,
Does have some paid content,
but it
so
has like Ben 10 in it.
but there is still quite a bit of free content available in it, including the game itself. So you can do a lot without paying a dime.
I'll throw for now. I'll throw it in A. At the end of this video, we'll shuffle them around again. Um, all right, Lizard TN. I'm really sorry to this person whoever made it. I am teetering toward F. It was really interesting when we first played it. I say we because technically, even though I play it, John is the one who also watches and gives me feedback almost every week. Well, almost every week. So he basically quote unquote plays it as well. Lizard TN is either very low D or F. It was. I'm sure it was someone's first game. I think it was, if I remember right. But I didn't really care for it that much.
I'd say D. It's not incredibly exciting, but I feel like F is for the
That's true.
absolute trash.
The two
And
specific videos you already have in mind.
I think it's better than both of those, so I'd have to go to D. Although
Mm.
I'd say it's the lowest of the Ds currently.
Yeah. And again, I probably said this earlier. I'm not bashing your games, people. All these games are fine in their own extent. Like, we're not telling you what not to play. We're just giving you, feedback. Um, Ultra ADHD. I hate the video, but it's not related to the game, and I'm only going to focus on the game. I guess I'm just going to throw that out there. When I recorded that, my grandfather passed a couple hours before that video, and I was not sure how to cope with that, but I still recorded anyways, so I do not like the video. But, Ultra ADHD. It is old. It's an old game, like 10 years maybe? Maybe not that much, but it's older. So, the game style and gameplay is kind of outdated. John, do you agree that kind of felt like 2000, like 2010 humor almost? Or
Yeah, it definitely had like it had an interesting sense of humor. It was a humorous game.
made fun of Phoenix Wright and made fun of other genres.
Yeah.
When I was playing Phoenix Wright, it was making fun of Phoenix Wright. It kind of aged out. It's either gonna be a C.
I'd say a C. Yeah, I'd agree with a C. Kind of interesting gameplay mechanics and stuff, but nothing spectacular. And a little bit of humor is always good.
Yeah. Shadow Racer. Okay. John, would you like to discuss that one first? Because I have kind of a somewhat harsh critique on it.
Shadow Racer. It was a game. Raced a car. Kind of. Wasn't great.
No.
Give it a D tier.
I'm almost even considering it's like teeter-tottering with F because I felt lied to. In the Steam page, if I remember right, it stated it was a racing game. There was one race in
More
40
of an
minutes.
explanation or exploration game, yeah.
Yeah, and it did like the graphics weren't great. It was kind of dark. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure again.
I would give it a D minus.
Yeah, developer. You're doing fine. I can't make games. You're all better than me. I want you to remember that. Right, John? I mean, remember that, everyone. We can't make games.
I have no idea how to even start with making a game.
So we're not making fun of you for being a bad developer. Well, you're not a bad developer. You do better than us. Keep that in mind. All right, Punch. That's kind of like a meme, one and done. B?
Yeah, I'd give it a B. Fun, memey gameplay. Not really something you're gonna go back to a whole lot of times.
No, I
but
don't think we ever did.
You're gonna have fun while you're playing it.
And that's what's important.
B tier.
Fall Guys. I have an interesting take on this one. B. Yes, B. The characters are a little frustrating sometimes. And we do go back, like, by all means, we still play it. We play it when we're bored. But I can only take so much of Fall Guys at a time, and there's a lot of cheating, I've noticed. The races are fun. I do like that there's a lot more modes, but I think it's fine, I guess.
I'd say A tier. I think it's a fun game. I think that the gameplay is meant to be a little clunky, because you're just a little jelly bean. So I'd personally say A, but I can definitely understand a B. It's definitely better than C tier.
Oh yeah.
But you thought it was a B, so I'd go with B for you.
Okay. Like, again, I do like that game, but I don't think of it on a daily basis.
Yeah. Everybody knows Fall Guys. It's a fun game, casual game. You're gonna get on. Sometimes you're gonna rage. Sometimes you're gonna have a bunch of fun.
Sometimes you're gonna punch your
It's a
desk.
good game, and it's free,
Yes, it's free.
and it's well made. It looks beautiful.
This of course, everyone keep in mind this list is not because Rocket League's on here as well. Those are really huge games from developers that are really top notch. So
Well, the Fall Guys guy was that was a small game, small thing.
not
That made that, I
anymore.
believe. Not anymore, not anymore. But when it came out, that
It
was
was a
just
small
like
man.
one or two guys, I think.
I'm not sure. I don't know the lore, but let's see. Fungi Man. Uh, it's a Slender clone. But
Yep,
I met you might not mind off that. Even that's not related to the game. That's not gonna keep the rating up. DC.
Yeah, it's a Slender clone. With a fungus. It's a D tier.
Yeah.
But we did make a friend. You mind, I mind. Go sub to his YouTube channel. But yeah, it's a D tier game.
Okay, this one I love. Hide and Shriek. Absolute, like it's up there. Hide and Shriek. While there is a couple ways to kind of cheat it or be cheap to your friends, like sitting in the same room and waiting. It's a lot of fun. John and I had a ridiculous amount of time. Like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. A tier. It is a super fun game. You're invisible and you have to search for the clues, like them carrying an object to find their location, and then you scare them. That's always fun to scare your friends, and you try to beat them by scaring them. The more you scare them, the more points you get, and you win that way. Or you can deposit balls on the pedestals. Yep, that's right. Deposit your balls on the pedestal.
Rocket League. Well, all right. Well, A.
I'm gonna say S.
S.
I think Rocket League's an S tier game. It's super fun, well made. Just such a unique game, like playing soccer with race cars. And the fact that it works so beautifully, and I mean, it's just proven over the years that it's here to stay, and it's extremely fun, addictive game.
Just stop updating every single day. You don't need that many updates. God, I hate it so much on my Steam page. It's so annoying. Oh, Duck Paradox. I think the first developers that truly went out of their way to talk to me. D for, I'm kidding. No, not D tier. So I loved the first world a lot. I truly did. The second world came out, and I got so mad I deleted the footage. And I think that's the first time I deleted second time. The first time was when I was playing whatever that typing game was, because it was a little too much for YouTube. Typing the Dead. But I got so mad I deleted the footage. I'm like, I can't play this. So I've yet to play I know they redid the Disco World, but I haven't played it yet. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put Duck Paradox probably at a B plus.
I could agree with that. Although personally, it leans more towards A for me.
It does.
Because I thought it was a really fun game. I liked the art style. I liked the gameplay. I liked the mechanics. I thought it was pretty unique. It was like a platformer shooter. I personally haven't played a lot of platformer shooters, so I thought the combination of it was pretty fun. It is a little bit of a rage-inducing game, but I kind of enjoyed that.
I'll put in A. Who am I kidding? just not your original Disco World guys. That pissed me off so much. My God.
Disco World's a little worse. I think original first map A, second map C. Disco Ball was way too annoying.
Go play it for everyone. Go out and play that, or check the videos out. You should really play it. The developers are great people, and the game is fun. Just I hope the disco update was a little better than when it first came out.
There's students too, right?
Yes, I do believe
Yeah,
so.
that is very impressive for students.
Oh, it's huge. It's probably the biggest student-made game. Now we should knock ourselves down a notch. Blush, you're just going F. I'm not even gonna discuss this one.
Blush. It's like
Blush.
Crush, but worse because there's animals in it.
Yeah, that's not our community.
And not like, oh look, there's a cute dog. It's like, oh, maybe
You're
should
gonna
date that
screw
dog.
this chicken right now. Literally. Oh, police stories. That game made me mad. But like, it's also the game was consistent with telling you, hey, you should buy the game. Go buy my game. Buy my game right now. The story won't keep going until you buy my game. It is a free game, and I will respect that. They didn't have to make it free. But I also don't like it shoving in your face that you should buy it. That's what Crush and Blush did a lot too. And while it is probably one of the most unique games on this list, I'm gonna throw it either C or D.
I liked the gameplay style, and I think I could have fun with that. But I would agree that I think it's a C tier game.
Like it also wasn't. I don't either. I think this also was one of the games I was actually kind of bad at because the mechanics did not work. But I think that was on me, so I'm not gonna blame it on that one. Farm defense.
D.
Go ahead, John. Explain your hatred for this game. You have such a hard on for it.
Just a tower defense game. There's Bloons tower defense that is much superior. Farm defense is just a rudimentary style tower defense game. That's my explanation.
I'm not even gonna argue. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You are very. John is very, of all the games on this entire list, John is most adamant about farm defense because of how high it got up in the view count. Oh man, Crustacean Nation. I'm going back and forth on this game. As if you know this channel, it is the #1 video on my channel, but that will not change my ranking on this game. I think you could play it once, maybe play a little bit when you're bored, but outside of that, you're not going to probably play it ever again. I think C for crab.
I agree. C for crab.
It's a decent
fun game.
It's decent, but
only 3 levels. So it's pretty much a one and done game. There's not a lot of things you can do, but you're gonna have fun when you play it the first time.
TiVo, or however the hell you say it. So the video you should go watch. It's great. But because it was You, Mine, and I. You, Mine, and I. Good lord. Played it. But during the video, especially toward the end, we had a lot of parts cut out because we were getting really frustrated with it because it was not making any sense. But it does look nice. The graphics are nice. But will it keep it on the list? It's a multiplayer game, so it kind of gets that boost, you know, John? I think multiplayer games usually get a boost on this list, almost.
That's because we like to play games with friends, so it's understandable.
This might be a C as well.
I think it's a C as well.
Like, it looks great. That's a shame because it makes you think.
Looks great. It definitely makes you think. Bryce isn't always great at thinking.
Well, thanks. Oh no. All right, the problem child. Well, this one's not the problem child. One down the road is a problem child. But Warm Arm Cook, the one that truly just stopped me from recording because I got sick. Oh, developers, if you're listening, try to make the sensitivity right. I know you're not professional developers like, you know, Rockstar and all that fun stuff. But my God, my stomach, I got sick. Like, this is like the period where I got sick numerous times in a row. One Arm Cook, I did love it. I desperately tried playing it. I tried. John knows. I tried playing it, even though I got sick.
He went back and played it again with me.
For like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but then started not feeling good again.
No. So I want to put it at B, even though technically it would be F for me, but it's a B, I think.
I think it's B as well. I think it was a fun game. I mean, you're cooking with one arm. You have a second arm, but you can't use
You
it
can
for some
stab. You
reason.
can cook rats.
Yeah, you can cook rats. You can stab rats. You can feed people rats. They won't be happy, but
Eat it.
maybe somebody will come in and eat a rat someday.
Maybe. Third power D.
D. Yep.
I.
It's just a
It's another.
bad
It's another puzzle
platformer.
platformer.
It's just not that good.
I think that
The
genre kind of shot itself in the foot anyway, like years and years ago. That genre hasn't been fun since 2015, probably. I think.
since Portal 2 came out,
Yeah, I
has
mean,
the last fun one.
yeah, like it's like the idea is interesting, but it's also a little weird. All right, so Rukamin's disappointing adventure, something something about Shabani. There's a whole other part of that title. It's the second one. Hmm. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
I think B tier. I
B?
thought it was fun to. I enjoyed that game. It gets you with the unexpected. It's kind of a rage platformer. I thought it had funny moments and it was difficult but doable. It's just fun.
It reminds me of a polished Cat Mario, because that game wasn't polished. That and Unfair Mario seems more polished than those, and not as evil as those two. I think this one gives you a little more slack. Hanyo. I think you're gonna disagree with me on this one, John. I'm gonna say a fat F.
I could see that. I was gonna say D because I think the art style is really good, but I thought the
I mean, that's all.
gameplay was kind of bland.
Yeah, I mean, this is a student-made game again, so by all means, again, we can't develop. But I was really disappointed in Hanyo.
I mean, you're a samurai. You're in Japan. It's got a great art style. It's just
That's it.
all the enemies are pretty similar. You're just
They
going
don't
right
even
the
they
whole
don't even act
time.
right.
You don't have very many moves you can do. I mean, I think there was only an attack and a block or something. Maybe one
The
more.
final boss, I just spam. I just stopped blocking, just started spamming, and I won.
Yeah.
So it just needs some polish. I did not like the voice acting. That was very interesting choice. But I'm gonna throw Hanyo at F to join. It's still better than the other two Fs, by the way, by all means, by a mile. But there was nothing there besides very nice art. Bomber Grounds. That's a game we liked a lot. We haven't went back to it kind of since. I mean, there's one game on this list that kind of replaced it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it rhymes with rats and Ranro raids. But I think Bomber Grounds is decent. I do not like that you have to, if you play a little too much, it basically says, too bad, you have to pay now. Um, I think because of the paywall, like it's trying to be one of those games where you have to pay to play. I'm gonna throw it kind of B.
Yeah, I think B because I think it's a super fun game. Should be an A tier, but they limit your playtime. I think they should do more things like a battle pass, cosmetics, stuff like that. New characters get money instead of limiting your playtime. Let
I
the people
think,
play and put other things behind paywalls if you want to make money.
yeah, like let's be real. Just make the game. Let's just make the game like $1 or $2. Don't make it. Don't make a paywall for you to play. It reminds me of those like stupid. Those castle games, John, where you have to wait like an hour or so for something to be built, but you can pay for it to be faster. It's
Yeah,
it's kind of that same scheme. It's dirty. It's a dirty scheme. Gun Devil, I think is solid A. That is a beautiful. It looks great. It's an interesting platformer, and its humor it has great humor.
looks good, fun to play. Had a boss that shot things out of its butthole at you.
Oh, the
What
dog.
more could you ask for?
Yeah, butthole dog. Um, Boston Molol. I don't know what Molol is. I don't know if it's a streamer. I tried looking up. I found nothing. I have no idea what the heck a Malol is. It's a beat 'em up game, which is the only one on this list that actually is a beat 'em up, so I can't compare it to anything else. I kind of forgot about it. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a C. It's an okay beat 'em up.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of an interesting thing. Like you're a streamer and you're beating up something. I don't know. I think
like
if it could
cats.
develop a story more, like a memorable story, and enhance the gameplay mechanics, like cars run over you, they don't run over the mobs. It just goes through the mobs. Something else could happen. Maybe a little smarter AI. I think it could go higher, but I think a C is appropriate.
Fair enough. The Darkness. This is clearly made. These are just shape. They're all shapes. So graphically, there's nothing here. And it's a dungeon crawler, which again, same. I must have had like a field day that month for new things. The dungeon crawler is fine. I'm gonna say fine, but unfortunately, there's a better dungeon crawler that's not really free. It's called Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. But to be fair, I am that's what I grew up with. I want to throw it at D. Unfortunately, it had potential.
Yeah, probably a D. It's a pretty simple game.
It did get me. It's one of the few horror games that actually got me.
It did scare Bryce several times. He jumped.
It's so stupid.
I watched the video to see him get scared.
Over the like, hiss.
But yeah, just nothing too exciting about the game. You can have fun for a bit, but it's just gonna get a little repetitive, a little boring after that.
You're out. Okay. I love baseball games. They're pretty fun, but this one might also be D, only because one, I forgot about it, and two, it has that early 2000s game look to it, and it also has copyrighted music. They didn't even pay for it. Well, they could have, but God, that is one I forgot all about. I'm just remembering that. That is one of the problem children. It was you. I had to put lo-fi music in the background. But I think the gameplay's okay. I think a D suits it.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
a very
just,
low C.
I think a D. It's a pretty simple game. It also doesn't have out of bounds or anything.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Either. So it doesn't necessarily even follow all the rules of baseball. So I think for that it has to get a D.
Impasto. Oh man, this is one of the few. I know Unturned had a series, and so did Duck Paradox, but Impasto almost had its own series. It's a really solid game for what it is. It's a horror game. The enemies kind of suck. I'm not gonna lie, the AI is awful. But the story is very enriching, and the graphics, the style is wonderful. So I'm dancing between A and B for that one.
Yeah, I thought it had an intriguing story. I thought the art style was good. I thought just like the character and voice acting was also pretty good.
Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah, Emperor Palpatine's in there. Not really, but it kind of sounds like it. Bryce likes to put Emperor Palpatine voices in everything.
No, I don't. Oh, okay, I did it twice. You're right. I just did it again recently.
So I'd also sit between an A and a B. I'd probably lean towards B.
And the only reason why this game's getting hurt is it's a phenomenal game. It's probably one of the better horror games, if not. Well, I mean, we could probably go back and forth between the other horror game in this list. The reason why it's low, like the reason I think, because A means it's beautiful, right? The bots, the AI are so clunk in Impasto, at least in the beginning, that it kind of hurts it a little bit. I didn't feel threatened by them because you kind of outrun them and then hide in front of their face. Breadsticks. I mean, I think it's supposed to be a speedrun platformer. I don't really care for speedruns really at all. Breadsticks was well made for what it was, but I mean, you play it. I think you literally download it, be done in 30 minutes. So, thoughts, John?
It's all right. It's all right. You pretty much summed it up right there.
All right, see you then.
I'd probably put C tier. Yep.
C's average. All right, Revenge of the Killer Octopus. This is early 2000s kind of game. The what I Here's what's gonna hurt the game. It crashed. Wait, no, did it crash? Maybe not. I'm thinking the wrong game. Did it crash? No, the frame rate is terrible. You saw in the video, frame rate is awful. Um, the grabbing a person's head mechanic is explained, but for some reason, some you can't grab to everybody, but you also can sometimes, so it doesn't follow its own rules. It might go between C and D. I mean, I think it's the frame rate that kills me the most because I can't really play without it lagging. I'm dead.
I think it's kind of a funny game, but I think it's pretty simple mechanical wise.
It's a shooter game. I forgot to point that out. Sorry, people. It's a shooter.
So I'd probably put it in D.
Light and Shadow. This game was beautifully made. It's puppets, like paper puppets. And it's about mental health. So it's not trying to be funny. It's not, it's made by like what is it, like theater kids or like a theatrical thing. So
Yeah,
the music was great. The cutscenes were great too, and it's all paper puppets. Would I play it again? No, there's not really much playability. So that's kind of what stings it a little bit. I know we're not following these rules throughout the whole list, because I'm sure there's some of these games that are not replayable either, but we still have it high. Light and Shadow. What's your thoughts, John? I'm kind of going toward the middle of this list here.
I'd have to agree on pretty much everything you've said. I mean, I thought the music was good, the message was good, but like the gameplay was just all right. Just kind of I'd say probably relatively easy platformer, nothing crazy in there. C tier.
Yeah, that's fair. I really wish I could shuffle the things around, but when I get to the end, it gets confused and throws in the beginning. So if they're all equal in the same thing. Webkins. All right, well, it's
your classic Webkins experience from.
You have to be. I mean, we're adults, so
third grade, S tier. Now
adults, D.
D tier.
And also,
kids. That'd be fun to play with your kids.
Did you also? By the way, I don't know if anyone knows in the video. There's like paywall stuff on Webkins. That's messed up.
Wasn't Webkins always, at least originally, paywalled? Didn't you have to buy an animal originally?
Yes, but I mean, like, because it assumed you like love the Webkin, because it's your pet. I don't know.
But now you just go on and play it, and you don't have to buy an animal. Because I don't think they even sell those anymore.
I'm sure they. I don't know. I have no idea. No, wait, no, there is new ones. There are new ones, but they look awful.
Oh, are there?
Yeah, everyone, Google it on your own. Like, Google it, and you'll see the new ones. They're not the same. I'm sure half the people that are watching this video don't even know what the original Webkins is. Last Job. That's probably one of the best horror games on this list. Imposto and Last Job are different types of horror games, but I thought Last Job was really well made, and it got me probably the heart of all the games on this channel besides Little Nightmares, I think. This game got me real good. Cheap jump scare, piece of shit.
Yeah, that was funny when those jump scares that got you with. I thought it was a good game. I thought it had an interesting story. I thought it had an interesting ending. You made a short out of it as well. I think it is about a B tier game.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to put these horror games in A because we're not playing them again. But if we're not doing about replayability, then this whole list can change. Finger Bang. Be mature. So Finger Bang is really good. It is Doom. It's Doom music and it's phenomenal. It has that retro look on it, which is phenomenal. My biggest strife, and our friend Kyle agreed with me, and I'm sure Johnny might agree too. It is way too fast. You run way too quick. And the second boss I fought made no sense, and it makes you restart all the way through. Now, the developer did contact in the video on the comments and did say that was a bug. so that's fine. I'm not gonna dock that. But the game was so incredibly quick. But it was fun. B, C, B, C.
All I had to say is finger bang bang, finger bang bang. I'm gonna finger bang you into my life.
Keep singing, John. It's going in F. You. I'm kidding. What you got, John? What
Girl,
do you
you
think?
like the finger banging. It's alright. Cause I'm the king of finger bang. Let's not fight. I screwed it up. Oh no.
B for bang.
C tier. C
C.
tier.
Oh Lord. Oh God. This is not. Wait. I don't know why that looks so weird on my screen. All right. Babdy. I mean, it's fun. Not gonna play it again.
Fun exploration game. Got some
It's a
creative
lot
ways
bigger than
to
expected.
explore. Um, there's death. So, pretty quality. See?
See? Yeah. A lot of these platformer exploration games and free games kind of fall short a little bit. Because,
I
like,
mean, it's a free game. It's
yeah.
what's to be expected.
You should always expect. I guess I should have said that. You should always expect all free games to be about a C. You pay what you get. But there are some phenomenal games out there that are true. Like, as you can tell, like, hell, we have 2 S's. I mean, Rocket League's a little. I mean, that's kind of cheating, but I paid for Rocket League originally, so technically it's a pay game at one point, but we don't have to get into specifics. Music Swiper.
Free
This is
now.
my problem child. I got copyrighted. I knew that was going to happen, though. That third song is very obvious, but I don't care. I uploaded it. It could be better.
I just think there's better rhythm games. Like, what's that VR one called?
Oh, Blade Beat Saber.
Beat Saber. Yeah. But I mean, you don't have a VR headset.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't compare
Like
it to
this.
that, I mean,
Yeah.
but the mouse things, it's clunky on computer. It's better. It's probably better for iPads. It's not good for Steam.
That's like, it's just like not really my style of gameplay to sit there and swipe a mouse
So
to a beat.
CD, almost D,
It's not a badly made game though.
C.
Sure, put it in C
Okay. I'm
or
sure
whatever
in
you
the
think.
future, when there's more songs and community input, it'll go a lot higher up on this list. But it got me in trouble. Well, not writing in trouble, but it's mean. It made me do a lot of work. Gumball Run. That was fun. And we
That
didn't know
was a
it.
fun game.
We did not know it until the video was over, until we were done recording. Even though I think we complained, they're like, oh, there's only 4 levels. They are randomly generated. So it's infinite levels. I think it's a B.
I think it's a B as well. I had a lot of fun playing it. I'd play it again. It's difficult. It's fun. It's fast paced. It's competitive. There's also single player too. So
Let's see. Up next, I commissioned some bees. Sorry, I almost forgot my own title. I commissioned some bees 0, which is the free version of I commissioned some bees 1 through 9 or how many there are. Okay, so here's my thing. It's a good game, and the art is beautiful. It is made by random artists who put random bees in, so art on its own could be an A of its own. The game, I'm gonna be real. I think you have to be a certain kind of person to play this game often. I will never pick it up again. I have no interest in paying for the game like the other games that are out right now, and it's not the game developer's fault. I'm just not that person, which is gonna be the same issue for the game after this. C, D, D. I mean,
it's like it's Where's Waldo but with bees. D tier.
yeah, and it's not a bad game. It's not. It's not.
No,
It's just
it's
we're the
just
wrong people for this.
yeah. If you like Where's Waldo, I think I've outgrown that phase, but I did appreciate the art. Did appreciate the art.
All right, and speaking of wrong crowd to play it, Pets Hotel Prologue. I don't like it at all. And it's not because it's a bad game. I mean, it is free. It's a free version of what's coming out, like soon to come out. So it's missing a lot of stuff, but the tutorial took a long time. The grooming and the hospitality for the pets. I did not like it. I tried in the video. I just didn't care for it. It reminds me of a game of 2000s. I don't like Sims games. Here's a little fun trivia for you if you're still watching, people. It's been 50 minutes. I almost played Sims 4. I think that was replaced by John. What was that? There was a game I played instead of it. What
I'm
replaced
not
Sims
sure.
4? I don't even remember. Maybe it was a year out or something. But I got so bored playing The Sims 4 that I just deleted it and didn't bother. This game almost got the same treatment. I, as a person, want to put it in F. Because I don't like Sims games.
I'd agree. I think it's F. It's if you like simulator games where you are just gonna simulate working at a pet hotel.
With a phone that won't
Putting the
stop
pets in the
ringing.
room. Yeah, the phone rings continuously. You just get the animals water, take them for a walk where they almost get run over by cars if they sprint.
Yeah, really.
Um, uh, clip their nails. It's nothing special.
We're just the wrong people.
If you want to be a groomer, go be a groomer. Don't play the game. Just go be a groomer.
Don't say that. Don't
Yeah,
say that.
Bryce, if you want to be a groomer,
No!
I believe in
Do not do not associate me with this. Post mouse. Really fun. I'm probably not gonna play it. I probably won't play it again, but I mean it's a lot of fun. B, C,
What was the first one you said? B or D?
B, C.
Yeah, I thought it was a well-made game.
I think the house part was more interesting, and I didn't get a chance to play it.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably about a C.
Not a fan.
It's just okay. You're delivering mail. If you want to deliver mail, go be a mailman.
Wow, man, John, you're getting people to work.
Go make some money.
Hats and hand grenades. Hey, if you just go out and throw grenades. God.
Just go join the military.
I think it's A.
I think it's A tier too. I thought it was a fun game. We played it again.
You need more. I think you need more people to enjoy it, though. You need more people than just two.
You can. We had a lot of fun with two.
I know. No, I meant like
6 people.
Full
That's
capacity.
Gonna be so hectic. That'd be insane. It'd be like Shipment on Call of Duty. It'd just be like constant action. So,
I wasn't saying I didn't have fun. I'm saying full potential with more people.
Yeah. I think it would just be so hectic. That'd be awesome.
Besides, also when the game was not fair. If you have the hat, then it's not fair anymore. You need more people to be firing at you. All right, everyone. Last but not least, last week, Conjury Revell. I don't know what that means. That's like a European thing. The AI was kind of bleh. The powers were cool though. I mean, I don't care for the lightning, but the ice was a lot of fun, and the black hole was fun. Oh dang! It's kind of like a wave game. Kind of does some weird platforming every so often. It has objectives, which is different than other platformers in this game. That are like Third Power Strife is it's about the same. You step on a platform and you get through the thing. This one, like what? It's like clear enemies, blow up ship engines. It just it's different. But I mean, it's okay. It's like a C.
I personally think it's a D. It's just okay.
Really?
The bots are pretty simple, but I also now think that I personally think Third Power should go to F.
Oh, you're moving it down after that?
It's up to you.
I mean, no, it's fair because that's why we're here. We're comparing games. Like we compared Hide and Shriek has to be. Well, I mean, okay, bad example. Like Impasto, Last Drop and After Hours is a great example. Those have to be like compared. You know, like these games.
I think Third Power is an F tier. don't play it. Or go play it. Give it a try.
All right. We did it in 54 minutes. Did you skip to the end? I'm going to eat all of you. You skipped it to the end. Not really. While we're looking at this list before we end it here, is there any you think should be moved? Is there games that we can compare to each other that you're like, oh, well, now I'm seeing this, like the example of Last Job and After Hours. Oh, well, if you compare this, this lowers that. You know what I mean? It's a solid list.
I think we've got it pretty good.
Yeah. So, of all this list, I know we're gonna recommend. We're both gonna recommend Kingdom Classic. We don't need to really talk about Rocket League. Everyone knows what it is. Just you know what it is. Don't even bother lying. Is there any specific games you want to? What are your top? All right. How about this? Top 5.
Top 5. Kingdom Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Rocket League, Muck, Super Animal Row, Duck Paradox. Go play those games. You're gonna have a blast. Anything in SNA, you're gonna have a blast for sure. Go play them.
Absolutely. If you play Kingdom Classic, you'd be like, why are they recommending this? Go buy 2 crowns. Do yourself a favor. When you play this, you're gonna enjoy it, and when you enjoy it, you're gonna buy 2 crowns. I know there's another one coming out, but that's not the point. 2 crowns is multiplayer. Get 2 crowns. And try hats and hand grenades. It's gonna take a little bit to get used to, but it's fun. Any last words, John? Well, before we end it off here.
Go play these games. Give them a shot. Yep, they're great games. You're gonna have fun. And subscribe to Flightless Sloth.
Subscribe. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, like, subscribe. And as always, stay slothy. Watch all the videos except for the Blush. Bye!
Bye!